How y'all doing out there? It's Coach McFadden with Turlock Christian High School, and we're gonna go over some eight-man um plays. We have mesh and scissors out of the air raid playbook, NFL playbook, and um, we definitely ran all this in 11 man, but we had to find a way to be creative because in eight-man you are missing three guys, and that's two linemen and slot back, H back, fullback, a guy that could be a very big utility player. So you have to find a way to offset that, right? So show you simple ways we do plays, and then kind of give a little explanation of how we would do something else. So what you're looking at right here, I like to call ace right. That's the formation we're going to use. Hip and the H going inside of the motion, T will, right? And you can do this with hand signals, you can do it with terminology. However you want to do it, it's yours. So this is just a different way to do it. So on this one, as you can see, we're going to motion the H. And since we run a lot of wide zone and a lot of motion anyway with kick block, screens, and changing route combos from it anyway, it's not really away from our wheelhouse of what we do. So as you can see, we'll motion the H and see now since the H. So what you'll see is here, if they stay on the same side, right? Then look, I'm gonna kick up here. I'm gonna try to move over a couple. So what we try to do is make things look the same. Like there's scissors motion, there's king mesh. So if the H stays on the same side of the Y, he's gonna run the mesh with the Z. And then the Y is gonna run the dig route, and the T is gonna run the wheel, right? So just giving you guys a little preference of how we do this. So now, since the H has been set in motion, now the closest guy to the inside is how we call it. He's going to run the mesh. So now the Y knows he's alerted, I'm running the mesh. Then the Z, because it's always set from the right, then the Z's are running underneath, right? Because the Z knows I'm always running it. The outside receiver to the single man side is how we'd explain it. So now the H understands. Now, since I'm getting the motion and the Y's replacing me, now I'm going to run the dig. I'm going to run the dig. Now, people say you could run him all the way around, have him go mesh. Good. It's a different way to do it. I mean, we've game planned it before, but it's kind of our set rules that we like to keep simple for the boys. Now you get more advanced players or more advanced in the years, like we're starting to get to. Yeah, now you can start messing around with that, but that's the base rule concept we have. Then we always go T will, right? Now you can do a lot with this, but T will is kind of like our stretch the defense. And the progression for our quarterback is going to be T first to the dig to the mesh. Now, I've seen people go here, here to here, but I like to try to stretch the defense here. And then if we come underneath, kind of our thing. And so we also have play action off it because we do wide zone, where we might take a wide zone step. Then he kind of boots. He can kind of boot, half boot it, as we like to call it. And then he still has his eyes stuck on the tee. Then he can still go dig to mesh, right? Or he can stretch defense and take off if that corner overcommits or they squeeze him in too much. You get an athlete, you can have some fun. So, um, these are kind of just out of, and this is our king formation. And like you said, now the rule is still the H is still going to be the outside guy in our terminology because the Y is on the line and our H is off the line. The H did not replace, he didn't go over to the left side of the line. He didn't go, he didn't come across the formation. That's the rule there. As long as he comes across the formation, then the Y will pick up his job. But he understands they're on the same side still. And he didn't hear hip. If he hears hip, then he knows I gotta, because that's an inside motion. Then the Y knows. See, the Y didn't hear that. So now he thinks, okay, I got dig. Dig's mine. I didn't hear hip. H understands I'm not coming across the formation. I still got the mesh point. So I have to work my butt around. And we have kick blocks. And we have things where he'll loop out and shoot route it. Or so everything can look the same. So he's coming out, cutting right underneath. This guy's gonna he's taking off right away because by the time he gets here, they're clapping hands. Progression's still the same. Quarterback's looking 1, 2 to 3, or 1. You know, I mean, people do it really differently. Sometimes they go like 1, 2 to 3. I feel like if this guy's got the beat on the guy, then we're gonna throw it up and let's go have some fun. Right. So now let's get the scissors, and here's our eighth formation scissors. So rules apply here. H is on the outside. He's gonna run the post route. He knows that. Y is gonna run the corner, but we want him to really get a jab, hard step in and go to try to see if we can have some fun around here, right? So, and then the backside's running the dig, or if he's about to get blitzed, it's a quick slant. And that's an alert route for him. So he'll understand that if he's starting to feel if he's starting to feel weak side pressure, then these guys have already been told, practiced, communicated, beating their heads, film study. Right away, he's just going to break, quick step it, boom, hit him right here. Sometimes you got to break off and go hot, right? It's hot, and we have crazy names for it: red hot, tamale, burrito. Like my wife made up these names one day when I was like, "What should I say for hot?" And she's like, "Well, burritos are hot, tamales are hot, red hot, salsa, whichever one's hot." Perfect, right? Yeah, who says wives don't help you? So the reads are simple. He's going to turn his eyes here to see if he has the break, because this needs a second to develop. So he's going to see if he has the break. Now, if they're jumping this, then this step inside, that should really mess with the backer. If the backer's dropping back, he's going to step, and he has it. This is our alert route, I call it, because he's just taking off going straight post. Now, the alert route is different from your first read. The alert route is boom, alert. My eyes are going to alert if I have green grass. If that safety shifted down, or they don't have a safety in the middle of the field, or they didn't drop as deep and we feel like we can hit that and fit it there, quarterback's going to catch, hitch step, rip. Hey, you hit it, you don't. But if he feels like we don't have the alert because the safety set back, then he's going to go here, because now he has an advantage if the linebackers doesn't get deep, or the corners playing a cover 2 or modified cover 3, and he feels like he can hit on the break. This one does take a second to develop. So if he sees this and it's not there because he just felt comfortable by this break, if they're playing man and this guy can beat your guy, then that's going to be money, right? That's anything man. You just run faster than them. But if he comes off this because he doesn't feel comfortable, that means they're not covering this well. And the corner's been put in a bind here. So this is open so much. Now, let's say they just drop everyone back because they're just scared and they've been playing deep. Then he understands he can swing it, hit your shoot route, right? And this guy, sometimes we have him sit, block for a minute, make sure that there's no, because we have this already covered, the backside blitz. So we're really not worried about that. Now, there's been guys who try to fake it and they hurry up and drop back. Okay, you're only gonna do that so many times to us, right? And that's game planning stuff. This is just traditional rules of our offense. Understand things can be adjusted, things can be, put in different ways. But so yeah, if he feels like they just drop back and this is wide open, flip it to the back, let the back go make money for you. And you can put him here, you can put the back here, put the back here, you can go under center. So many ways to do it, guys. So if we feel like we're getting blitzed a lot and we feel like it's time for us to have some fun, then we just go with motion, hip motion again, as you can see up here. Ace right scissors with hip motion. We call it something totally different in the huddle where the terminology is really broken down, but this is kind of how I put it on huddle so the kids can just understand. This is hip motion, this is scissors. And we're going to motion the H, and now the Y understands I become the dig guy because the rules have flipped. The strength of the field has flipped. So now I was the scissors guy. I was the corner guy. But now the H is replacing me to be the corner guy. So now I'm the dig guy. These guys are married in this formation. They're married in a lot of formations, and they know it. Coaching, time, reps. That's how you do this. So now he understands I got the dig. My H has got the corner, and the Z has the alert post. So the Z is going to take off and break. If we feel like that safety's rolling down to hit the dig, then we're going to hit here real quick with the alert because he's automatically tells us either going to take 2 steps back, which lets us know, okay, he's covering here so we can hit this quick over the top, or he's going to try to bail, shoot up and try to guard both. Well, you can't guard both. Then now what we like to do is we put this corner here. What is he doing? Is he going to play man? And the safety's going to try to communicate and get over. Is the corner going to take the switch? This is something that the quarterback loves. And that's why his first read is the dig. Pull the safety, pull the backers. Let's clean up the field a little bit. And if they just want to sit and just sit in their areas, well, then we're going to take you over the top. That's kind of how what we're working on. And don't get me wrong, is this 100% foolproof always going to work? No, that's what they got defenses too that are trying to game plan, and we got offense that are trying to game plan. But this is the general thought. And the progression goes the same. One, now I can make the dig a little deeper. I didn't. I was drawing it up fast. To two, because it's in the same eyesight. So I tell people, you got the alert to 1 to 2. So his eyes could work quickly. And then you got hey, they all dropped everyone back. No one's covering him. Check down. Let's run. And you got to tell your quarterback, get the ball in his hand in 3 seconds. It's really a 3 to 4 second read. He should know if he has the alert right away. Because he's been taught how to read a safety, a certain backer, see if he's a man, if the corner's chasing him. He knows these things by the reps at practice that we do. And that's what this is. You can drop all these plays a million times over. How many reps of practice do you do? Does he understand what you're trying to teach? Once they get that, this stuff is fun because really all the same plays come out of way different formations with a lot of motions and a lot of shifts. And we run wide zone so much with the kick block, with backside kick block. Sometimes, we'll even do this. We'll wide side this with our call. Act like he's coming for the kick motion, but he's going to take off. And then this guy actually, what will happen? He's going to fake the wide zone and he's going to alert out here, and the quarterback's going to deep boot. And so now it can go, no, this guy's here coming across his face. 1, 2. This could, we really don't want him throwing across his body. So if he sees that quick, that's his alert. But then if he doesn't, then he's going to go 1 to 2. And now it's a 2-man game with his legs being the third man. That's how we like to teach it. There's different. Now we have, like I said, we have king formation. We got screens based off it. So that's kind of how we use some motion to run some scissors. As you can see, I'm starting to build the playbook. We already had the old playbook, but we're building the playbook based off some different run schemes and some things we're doing. But those are just 2 ways that we can run mesh and scissors out of 2 formations and with a motion. You could do it out of 5 formations and 4 motions or 5 motions. These are just some simple ways that I like to share. Thank you guys. Follow the channel. Understanding football. Yeah, you may know my plays and I may know your defense. It's all about execution, though. And why not share with each other? Why not try to help each other out? And if there's some knowledge I can give you, some knowledge you can give me, cool. Because at the end of the day, man, this is a long game. And understand you're always going to need somebody. God bless you guys.